For some reason, nobody is talking about this rookie drafted by the New York Giants. I think he's going to have a major impact on this team, and we could look back at him being one of the best picks in the 2024 NFL Draft. We'll unpack this, and I'll tell you about what rookie I'm looking forward to playing this year for the New York Giants. But first, what rookie outside of Malik Neighbors are you most excited about? Let me know in the comment section. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for stopping by as we let you know about a rookie on this team that I think is going to make a major impact. Learn the name Tyler Nubin, second-round pick, longtime starter for Minnesota, a safety, a player that has a lot of talent that is going to play a position of need for the New York Giants. Why is nobody talking about him? I don't get it. Pro Football Focus told me that the New York Giants have the second worst secondary in the NFL. Did they forget that Tyler Nubin, although a rookie, is a damn good football player and is going to make an impact in year one? 6'2", 210 pounds, a true sideline-to-sideline ball-hawking safety. 34 tackles last year. He had 5 interceptions and 4 pass breakups. This is your Xavier McKinney replacement. And don't hate me for this. I think he's going to be better than Xavier McKinney. Joe Schoen has even noticed Tyler Nubin, as he did. Took him in the second round for a reason. But he's already singing the praises of the rook, saying, quote, to get Nubin at that value, a guy with high character, leadership, smart, tough, dependable, and then the 13 career interceptions, just a good football player, a culture changer at the University of Minnesota. And he's going to bring that type of mentality here to the New York Football Giants. Just a really special kid that's as good as a football player. He's a ball hawk. To me, the leadership, the character, the smarts, safety, the ability to communicate out there, to get guys to get lined up, I think is very important. And this kid is elite at those type of things. He's also got elite production to go with the smart, tough, defendable, IQ, vision, football savvy. Look at the stats for what he did for Minnesota. He's also dependable. 12 games played, 11 games played, 13 games played. 53 tackles, 55 tackles, 52 tackles, 41 tackles, 5 interceptions, 4 interceptions, 2 interceptions. This guy is a true ball-hawking safety, and he's going to be able to shore up the back end of the New York Giants defense. You look at some of the accomplishments he had while playing for Minnesota. He led the team in interceptions in 2020. He was an honorable mentioned All-Big Ten player in 2021. Also led the team in interceptions and was the bowl game MVP in 2021. In 2022, he was second team All-Big Ten. He led the team in interceptions and PBUs. He was second team All-American in 2023, was first team All-Big Ten, and led the team in interceptions. So he didn't lead the team in interceptions once or twice or 3 times. He did it 4 times. This is an extremely gifted player that is going to be able to help this defense, especially the back half, be one of the top units in the NFC this year. Dane Brugler, one of the best scouts in the game, works for The Athletic, says this about Nubin. A 4-year starter at Minnesota, Nubin was an interchangeable safety in defensive coordinator Joe Rossi's mixed cover scheme. A cornerback turned safety, he led the Gophers in interceptions each of the last 4 seasons and collected his 13th career interception in his final home game, which set a new school record. Using his athleticism and awareness, Nubin keeps everything in front of him and can drive off the numbers in the deep half to overlap the seam or track and finish from the post. As an alley defender, he is fearless but controlled, and he comes to balance with low pads to finish tackles with authority. Overall, Nubin has conservative tendencies in coverage, but he is a 4-down player with a coveted skill set because of his split field range, playmaking, instincts, and toughness versus the run. He is ideally suited for a quarter-space cover 2 scheme in the NFL and will be a core special teamer. Dane Brugler hits the nail on the head there. This guy is just a high IQ, instinct baller. When you watch the tape, you see this guy making plays that other people don't. You see him diagnosing and recognizing what the offense wants to do before it happens. You don't lead your team in interceptions 4 times because you're just luckily in the right space and right spot at the right time. Comes down to film study. Comes down to football IQ. Seeing what you saw on film and translating that to seeing what you see in between those white lines. He is going to help this team tremendously at that part of the field. He could be a starting safety for this team in week 1. I like the guys you got on this team. There's no doubt about it. But when you talk about just strictly talent, production, ceiling, and just overall juice, Tyler Nubin is just as good as anyone on this team, maybe even better. And I'm a big fan of Jay Penny. Shout out to Jason Pinnock. That's my guy, one of the most athletic players in the NFL. I think he's going to grow in this Shane Bowen defense where he asks his safeties to do multiple things and wear multiple hats. Still believe in Dane Belton as a player. I'm not ready to, give up on a former 4th-round pick. He's a ball hawk. He's always in the right spot at the right time. Then you went out and you added Jalen Mills in free agency, a veteran on the back half of his career. He'll help young players like Belton and Nubin. Javarius Owens is a 7th-round pick out of the University of Houston from the 2023 draft. And then Elijah Riley is someone that's competing to make this roster. I would not be shocked at all if Nubin is the first safety on the field, one of the 2 first safeties, or one of the 3. We'll talk about the way the Giants want to play defense in a second. But he is going to be on the field early and often for Shane Bowen and this Big Blue defense. What do you think? You make the call. Be the coach. Should Tyler Nubin be a starter this year? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Starter or not, he is going to be on the field a lot. And that's because of talent. That's because of dog. But that's also because of the way that Shane Bowen wants his defense to be run this year. Dan Duggan of The Athletic said this a couple of months ago, and I love referencing it. Shout out to Dan. Says the Titans used a 2-high safety look at one of the highest rates in the league under Bowen. Remember when Dane Brugler said he needs to go to a 2-high safety team? Well, that's what Shane Bowen wants to do. And he leaned on a defensive back heavy sub packages. The Titans used their dime personnel, 6 DBs on the field, 24.2% of their snaps during Bowen's time as DC, which was the 2nd highest rate in the league. There's always going to be multiple defensive backs on the field for the Giants, sometimes even 6. And when you do that, when you want to bring 3 safeties in, you want to bring 3 corners in, 2 safeties, 4 corners, you want to have 6 DBs on the field, you need those guys to wear multiple hats. They need to be able to play in the box. They need to be able to play over the top. You got to be able to cover. You got to be able to tackle. You got to be able to get after the quarterback. You got to be able to blitz off the edge. If you're going to play 6 DBs at one time, you have to ask them to do multiple things, and that is exactly what Nubin does. He can do it all. Single high, quarters, cover 2, slide in the box, play a little nickel. He was a corner that changed to safety, so he's got those sticky cover skills and man coverage. I'm all in on Tyler Nubin, and I think he's going to show everybody that he should have been a 1st-round pick. I'm also excited about what Jason Pinnock's going to do. I thought he was really good last year. 85 tackles, 6 pass breakups, 2 interceptions. He's got good size. He's extremely athletic. He showed us the type of things he can do all over the football field. And I think playing in this Bowen defense where he's asked to do more things, his true versatility and talent is going to shine through. I think the Pro Football Focus and stats grades show that. 67.7 overall, but nearly a 70 in run defense, pass coverage, and rush defense. Run defense, pass rush, and coverage. Nearly all 70s across the board, which is an excellent number for PFF. He could do it all. He'll be asked to do it all, and I'm excited to see how he fares when being tasked with that. Also excited about Dane Belton entering year 3, the 4th-round pick out of Iowa in that 2022 NFL draft. Got good size, got good instincts. He can play in the box. I don't love him as a run-stopping safety, but when it comes to creating turnovers, when it comes to being in the right spot at the right time, he's done that. In 32 games, the guy has 4 interceptions and 3 fumble recoveries. He's just always around the ball. And that comes down to IQ. That comes down to football savvy. Dane Belton, he's got that. And I'm hoping in year 3 he gets a real opportunity to show that he could be the player that he was at Iowa, where he was regarded as one of the best safeties in the country. Look, I like our safety room. I do. Is it the best in the league? No. But it's got a lot of upside. Jay Penny's still young. Dane Belton's still young. Tyler Nubin, you draft him in the 2nd round. He's got to produce. He will produce. I know that for a fact. I like where we're at. Excited to see what happens on Sundays this year. Make sure you are following me over on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. Hit me up over there, and let's go with Big Blue.